We might as well start.
Hey, welcome, Michael, to the Cellini Rounds podcast. Welcome in, Tommy.
God,
So over the top.
I know.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Cellini Rounds podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Jim Cellini. I'm a board-certified veterinary neurologist, and I'm joined by my two younger brothers, Dr. Michael Cellini and Dr. Tommy Cellini. I didn't have time to write an intro this last week, but anyway, so yeah, that's Dr. Mike and Dr. Tommy. There you go.
And we'll just go ahead and I'm Dr. Mike now, huh?
Yeah.
That's the new one.
Dr. Mike.
When are you gonna get a billboard on I-95 like Dr. Mike?
I don't know, maybe when I'm touring.
The number one doctor on YouTube, whatever that means.
Wait, who is this?
Dr. Mike has a billboard in Jersey. Jim saw it.
Yeah.
Who? Wait, show me who that. I actually have no idea who this is.
You don't know who Dr. Mike is?
No idea.
Jeez, where have you been?
I don't follow any like doctors on TikTok or Instagram or social media or anything like
God,
that.
what a loser.
I think after just experiencing you, I was so soiled about how gross they are that I was like, I couldn't possibly indulge this anymore.
I'm the only one.
I have a real hard time with it, to be honest with you.
There's just the problem is, I mean, outside of you, Michael, of course, it's like some of them just go so overboard with like the doctor thing. And you're like, dude, you don't have to have a stethoscope on for me to be like, oh, he's a doctor. Like, stop with the stethoscopes.
The last thing I'll ever do is walk around my apartment with a stethoscope on and like film a video or a TikTok or something. Like, but I mean, hey, I'm not a hater.
You do all of that minus the stethoscope.
That's why I said a stethoscope, but I don't put a white coat on either in my home.
Yeah. Dude, I love the
the really he does ones. That. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, not Dr. Mike. I'm saying like TikTok and other doctors on. Yeah, a lot of doctors on TikTok. They'll literally film TikToks, put their white coat and stethoscope on, like in their house.
Yeah.
And like do stuff. I can't do that.
The like, scrubs, they'll do scrubs. You're like, all right, whatever. It's like
scrubs is fine.
I'm wearing scrubs right now, but that's because
because you're always wearing scrubs.
Yeah, like literally, I just took them off.
Yeah, like I just got home from work and I'm like, well, I didn't feel like changing, so I'm not.
Yeah, exactly. But that's fine. But I'm not gonna like don a white coat and then put my stethoscope on like I'm at the hospital.
How about the guys who have a white coat on and then they're standing and looking up into like a ring light? And they've got the professional, and then the TikTok starts off like this, and they like whip their head around and just talking.
Yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah,
I love the med student ones though. They got their. I mean, first of all, the short white coats that med students have are the dumbest things in the world.
Cheesy, so cheesy.
Stupid. And when they were those, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
I can't believe I look back at how like just doofy I looked in my short white coat. I'm like, I might as well have had one of those little like. What do they call it with the little spinner on top?
The dunce cap.
Dunce cap?
No, but like like the whatever. It's like the little cap with the spinner on top.
It's got the little
like the nerds wore. Yeah, the propeller.
With your suspenders.
Yeah. Hey, I'm the med student. That's what I felt like in that damn thing.
What's that? There's that TikTok that's going around. It's like med students on Instagram or like on social media, like going into surgery.
I posted that.
That's so funny. And then like coming out, they're like.
It's like so grandiose, and then they're like, how do I put on gloves?
Yeah. I love it. It's covered in water, just had like splash out because it sprays so much. Oh, it's so funny.
I know it is funny though. You see like all these med students who really like build up their TikTok. And I'm like, you realize how little you know as a med student.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
Like now you look back and you're like, I knew zero things, and I thought I was like so hot, I was like, yeah, I'm in the hospital. I mean, I knew zero things.
I mean, you are also so worthless in the hospital as a med student.
Yeah,
there's not a more worthless person in the hospital than a med student. They truly don't do anything. Like they serve no purpose. They only get in the way and bother people.
You're there to just like observe and learn stuff.
Yeah,
like learn how to do things.
And you nowadays
build your brand as you're coming up in medical school.
Nowadays, that's the thing, which isn't necessarily. That's not a bad idea though, especially depending on what practice you're doing too.
Well,
I'm all
I'm
for
shocked
that.
Michael defends that practice.
I have to, because I think people who are in medicine who don't do that are behind, to be honest with you.
What, like, don't set up a brand? Like,
yeah, I mean, especially if you're going into big fields like dermatology, plastic surgery, even surgery. I mean, honestly, radiology is one of the ones you probably need the least.
Yeah.
But any sort of free marketing you can start, the earlier the better. And we're back. Jim makes horrific jokes.
Within the first 5 minutes, there's an edit.
Wow. Let me turn this light up. Jeez, I had to brighten it up a little bit in here. I can't believe Tommy has the best setup. That's pissing me off.
How good does it look? Dude,
although Tommy's lamp is from like 1800s over there.
That's from
is that a dog crate that your lamp's on top of?
No, yeah, it's like just like a bookshelf thing.
Discount points.
Okay. Whoa. it could be perfect. They got to bring it down just a little bit. Yeah.
Discount points with the
it's got the exposed brick, the cool neon. It's like,
I like the exposed brick and the neon.
Yeah. Anything in the corner.
Jeez. Yeah. Who made that? Lego?
I mean, Jim's got the worst background of all time.
Yeah, it's just I'll rent. I'm just trying to get by on rent. Okay.
Jim's background is no background.
We'll take what we can get out here.
All right, Jim, take us to the first segment.
So, first topic on the agenda today is the following article that I came across, mainly because people keep telling me on my social media that I look very tired and my eyes are baggy all the time. So I ended up Googling.
It's really getting to them.
I ended up Googling how to reverse hallmarks of aging. And it turns out you can do it with a fecal transplant.
Yes.
So
first go-to.
This is all I need to do. So who needs Ject when you can do a fecal transplant is what I always say. And I hope this becomes like the panacea of the future. Like everybody just stops in to get a quick fecal transplant really quick.
I think panacea might be your favorite word. This is the second podcast with that usage. And I probably haven't heard that usage in at least a decade.
Yeah.
Before that.
You know the only reason I know that word?
Why?
Is because in Final Fantasy VII there was a spell called Panacea and it would cure everything.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
That's the only reason I know it. Not because of medical or veterinary or anything.
It's good for your vocabulary, though. It's good.
This is from Final Fantasy.
Level 3 Panacea. Wow. All right, so let's get back to the article. So, scientists at the Quad Rim Institute and the University of East Anglia have provided evidence from research in mice that transplanting fecal microbiota from young into old mice can reverse the hallmarks of aging in the gut, eyes, and brain. Okay. My first question, have you guys ever been involved with a fecal transplant of any kind? Like, do you see that where you work? Is that a common thing that's done like in multiple places now, or is it kind of niche still? Do you know?
I think it's still pretty niche. I remember there's actually a professor we had at med school. Michael, you probably had the same guy. He was like our micro teacher, and he was obsessed with fecal transplants and like everything.
Oh yeah.
Remember we used to have like full on like lectures, like 3 in a row of microbiome and like gut microbiome. But like, obviously in like your general training, you don't need to know about it that much. It's like doesn't actually provide.
Yes, worthless.
But it's like, I'm pretty sure it's fairly rare. And one of the vague things I remember is like, it's incredibly stringent. And like when they assay out all the bacteria, that's like an incredibly stringent, specific like strains of bacteria that you can have. I think it's more difficult to get a fecal transplant or be a donor than it is to like be a liver donor or a renal donor or something like that. It's like something outrageous, but it does do a lot.
I don't actually remember how they do the transplant, to be honest. I can't remember if it's a capsule or they actually like insert something. I really can't remember. I want to say it's a capsule.
And then just like
flush. I thought it was a capsule.
It's like the Shigella toxin, but they do it with good bacteria.
Yeah, right.
They shove that.
The Shiga toxin.
Yeah.
The pro Shiga.
Yeah.
According to Johns Hopkins, fecal transplantation procedure is performed by colonoscopy, less commonly by nasoduodenal tube. During colonoscopy, the colonoscope is advanced to the entire colon. As the colonoscope is withdrawn, the donor stool is delivered through the colonoscopy into your colon.
See, I like that a little better than the nasogastric or nasoduodenal.
Jeez. Okay.
Dumping dookie down into your
through your nose. I mean, like it goes through the tube, but still, like you're injecting like the right here.
Yeah. Oh, it slipped.
All over you.
Like it comes out too fast and it flings it everywhere.
That's
like,
disgusting.
What if you like vomit and you just vomit up shiitake? And it's
all right, I can't talk about that anymore. That's grossing me out.
If they gave me the option, I'd be like,
we can either
we can put you in G-tube.
We can put you to sleep, and I can do this, and you won't even know about it through your rear end, or I can inject it through your nose.
Yeah, just while you're sitting here.
When the doctor comes in, they're going through like last minute risks. They're like, well, there is a 15% chance that you could vomit up fecal matter from somebody else's body as we do this.
I can't even. The thought of that is just,
and you're just like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna sign right here. Can you just sign right here? So just in case,
the worst aspiration,
we're not liable for for the worst aspiration pneumonia of all time.
All right, so let's talk about this, but not talk about that part. So so how does this exactly prevent aging or whatever it said?
Let's see.
Does it reverse the telomeres of your chromosomes?
Or it adds telomeres?
Or it adds telomeres?
Yeah. Age-related chronic inflammation known as inflammaging.
Ooh,
that sounds so made up.
Has been associated with the activation of specific immune cells found in the brain. These cells were also overactivated in the young mice who received age microbiome transplants. In the eye, the team found specific proteins associated with retinal degeneration were elevated in young mice receiving microbiota from old donors. In old mice, these detrimental changes in the gut, eye, and brain could be reversed by transplanting the gut microbiota from young mice. And let me tell you something. If Joe Rogan was trying to read this article, he could not get through it.
The inflammation.
I would love to have him read this. It'd be hilarious.
The inflammaging thing always goes about like how everyone's, for some reason now, like with your diet and everything, is so common. People like, oh yeah, it decreases inflammation, as if that has any specific meaning whatsoever besides like just something you say that's good.
That's just something they say.
People have no idea what it even means.
Is there a less specific term than inflammation in all of medicine?
No,
I don't think so either. It literally means everything your body could possibly react to in any way, shape, or form, doesn't it?
Yeah.
People are like, dude, don't eat that. It causes increased. Nick does this to me all the time. God, he always be like, canola oil, seed oils, they cause inflammation. I'm like, what kind?
That's because Nick has TMM, too much money.
I'm like, what is it even like? What cytokines? Like, what is being released? What immune cells are involved in?
Just inflammation.
Just it's inflamed.
Yeah. So that
swollen ankle.
So the article stated that it can reverse retinal disease or retinal damage, but can it reverse my looks? That's what I care about.
Baggy bags.
Yeah, I don't see. These are not my retinas, as it turns out. So,
therefore, I don't care about this thing. You think I care about my retina? I'm caring about my skin.
We all have like the dark circles.
I'm superficial.
Yeah.
Not me anymore. 3 treatments.
With what?
PRFM, under eye.
3 treatments, a fecal transplant straight to the eye.
Yep, straight to the eye. Conjunctivitis. Straight to the eye.
They put it on your pillow and then you have to sleep on it.
Now, that's a good question though. What if fecal transplants, you could inject them under your eye? Would you do it? And it would reverse your bags?
Oh yeah, all day.
Would you do it?
No, instantly. Yeah.
You just inject it under the skin?
So bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like sub Q.
Yeah. What's the big deal?
Well,
I mean, what if you smell like fecal transplant under your eyes all the time? Would you still do it?
Yeah, I would definitely do it. Like, I don't know if you wouldn't smell it because it'd be under your
I'm
skin
saying,
still, right?
I'm saying if it smelled though, would you still do it?
I'm guessing as part of the procedure they would put nose plugs.
No, it smells for like forever after you do it.
That's part of the process.
You just you just leak. Basically, you just leak some sort of
odor.
And you're rolling the dice because it could be like one that's like preschool bathroom sort of smelling.
Oh, dude,
or it could be like
but those aren't that bad compared to like a Subway in New York when some guy like goes underground.
Yeah,
Subway porta potty.
Yeah, so so you're rolling the dice. So it could be if you've got never-ending like preschool bathroom smell under your eye, then that's bad. But it's not like gonna end my life. You know what I mean?
It's just a constant. It's like when you eat garlic.
Right.
It's like when you eat garlic and you exude garlic smell. That's what you exude.
Wait. So
diarrhea.
Do you smell like diarrhea, or do you smell it yourself?
But both. You smell like it, and you're smelling it. You're just in this aura.
Because it's right here.
Because it's right in your face.
But you'd get used to it. See, the worst part is other people smelling Rhea all over you all the time.
Yeah.
That's part of it. That's the social stigma.
Outcast.
The social stigma is brutal.
What if you're single and you like go in for a kiss?
What is that?
It's my
we'll say it's my under eye treatment. Yeah. No defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
No defecation lawsuit.
Oh, set him up for that one. All right, let's change topics.
All right. Enough of the fecal transplants, which actually surprisingly there's a ton of research that they like do amazing things for multiple parts of your body, like multiple systems. Yeah. But that's for future us.
All right. Hey, so this TikTok video went viral recently. And
what did this one say?
I gotta get through what the hell is all this? Oh, here we go. Start right here. So this TikTok video went viral recently. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yes, on that. Yeah. How much debt are you going to graduate with? Well, 150. 150, okay. Yeah. Yolanda, how much debt are you going to graduate with?
Probably like 150.
Respectable. Ganada, how much are you going to graduate with?
Like 300,000.
Yo, Javi, how much debt are you going to graduate with?
I think probably like 200, but with my like side stripper hustle, I think maybe it's 50.
Okay. What about you, Ray?
Probably 200, but I'll like shoot you 250.
What about you, Tanya?
I'm an out-of-state student, so 400K.
400K?
Yeah.
Well, you might be able to pay that off before you're dead.
Wow. That's the sad reality.
Like, how many people in med school have you known, like that last girl that had that similar personality? She's like, I don't think I'm ever going to do it. I feel like I know like 4 people like that.
Me too. That's funny. That's sad.
Yeah, very sad. It's a lot of money.
But
I feel bad for Tanya there at the very end at 400K.
I feel bad for all of them.
Yeah. I feel bad for me.
Yeah.
What do you think? I don't feel bad for either of you.
I feel bad for myself.
Yeah.
What do you think med school should cost? Like $100,000?
I think it should be less than that.
Yeah, I feel like it should be less than that, because the problem is there's so many problems with the high med student debt. It's because you're basically funneling people into subspecializing and not into primary care fields that we need and that we're not being able to fill year after year and that we have need for in all parts of the world.
Yeah.
And like, why would you want to do a primary care field when you don't get paid more than your debt burden per year?
You wouldn't. So
exactly.
What is the effects of not enough primary care in human medicine? What happens as a result of that? People just show up at the ER.
Yeah, lack of care, the problem is you have no care, you have no longevity of care. So you have people you have like diabetics in rural areas who aren't getting care for years, and then they show up at the ER and their disease has progressed so far than it shouldn't have needed to be.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just one example. There's so many examples. Cancer, when we see progressive cancers in the hospital, like stage 4 progressive cancers that people didn't get treatment for, it's usually from either low income or no access to care.
Well, it's multifactorial in the sense that like insurance, people aren't always insured. B, insurance doesn't pay for anything even if you have it. And so it's like you're de-incentivized to go to your primary care physician but also it's like impossible to get primary care physician, like new patient enrollment, stuff like that. I tried to do this recently, get a new provider because mine stopped like around the corner. And I couldn't find an appointment for another month and a half just to go see a primary care physician. I was like,
dude, I wanted to go see Brown, like primary care, because I'm about to turn 40 and I haven't gone to a primary care doc since COVID.
Yeah. And
I needed to just like start getting yearly blood work. And I needed somebody to tell me how fat I am. I'm looking forward to that too. But I emailed Brown, like all of their primary care facilities in and around Rhode Island. And they're like, yeah, we're not seeing anybody. Try again at the end of the year. I was like, what?
I can't do that. That's not how medicine works. Like, what are
just imagine, and you live in a big city. So just imagine you're in a suburb or even a rural area where there's like one doctor.
Yeah. There's nothing.
They're like, we're not accepting new patients. You're like, okay. So
what do I do when I just don't? I go to the ER. I mean, that's like I'm sure you see this all the time, Michael. So people with diabetes, it's uncontrolled because they don't really go to the doctor, and it's like the treatment's expensive, all the stuff. You don't get to see a doctor all the time. You don't get to keep up with it. Then you come in, you have osteomyelitis of your foot.
Yeah,
it's like your vasculature is trash. You got to get a procedure for that.
You lose your foot, and you didn't have to.
It like progressively moves back.
Yeah. How many limbs have you seen amputated when like they really didn't need to be amputated? It's just because they just didn't take care of it.
Yeah.
Like it's very easy to control if you take care of it.
Yeah, you can stay on top of it. But it's like, I mean, back to the initial point, it's like med school's so expensive. You're de-incentivized to go into a like primary care field because it's very hard. It's difficult to do and see patients all day, every day and cram them. You have to cram them into your schedule as much as humanly possible in a 12-hour span just to make so you can financially support that stupid student loan burden. When it's like, I mean, these med schools are money-making factories. Let's be completely honest. Like the one Michael and I went to, they make so much money. It's comical how much money they make off. And it's like at the end of the day, you're right. That's kind of the point. They're just trying to make money. So it's
you guys were in state, or were you in state?
No, it's private. Yes, it doesn't matter.
Oh God.
Yeah. In-state's actually not bad. I know Texas, just from Lawson, it's like I think Texas has an in-state. Their public schools. It's like it's something very. If you're in-state in Texas, it's very at a public school. It's very reasonably priced.
It's like under 30 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's under like 20 or something like that.
I think under $30,000 a year in this day and age, I think that's reasonable because I think the med school can still make money because they have to make a profit, right? Like I still have to think that way.
According to the latest reports by the AAMC,
I'm sure they're
non-biased.
Yeah,
right. About the freaking meme stock. The median education debt for indebted medical school graduates was $200,000 in 2019. That's not bad. Like,
I mean, it is though.
Yeah, but that's like with the earning potential of a physician, like that's not.
But Jim, the earning potential of a physician isn't high anymore. You know, like, and it's also everything's very inflated. So it's high. So it's high all relative, right? But if you have that kind of debt burden, it's hard to really, especially if you're in a primary care field making $200,000 a year. You know, it's hard to still pay. And even when
that's
you're
like
living,
that's like the lowest, like, you know, quartile of income. Yeah, but it's like $200,000 a year for a physician.
Primary care, pediatrics, any sort of pediatric specialty. What else? OBGYNs sometimes who aren't operating a lot. Any other infectious
but that's
disease,
because they're choosing not to work it like that much and not.
Yeah, but you have to work for them to get up to the 300K range would be significantly challenging.
For an OBGYN?
You got to grind.
Maybe not OBGYN because they can do surgery, but for internal medicine, I don't even know if it's possible for a primary care.
Like if you're family medicine, do you have to grind out to
like nonstop?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you've got a $200,000 student loan and you make $200,000 a year, a good rule of thumb is if your income matches your student loan, you're probably fine. Like, yeah, but in the sense that you can pay it off and like you'll be okay.
You still have to live way below your means, like for a long time. Yeah. And that's hard to do after doing that for 30 years already.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like, oh, now I have good salary. Let me do this another 15 years.
sell your car.
Yeah, exactly. And then when I'm 50, I can finally live the way I want to, and then I'll be like too tired and probably have a bad hip, and I don't want to do anything anyways.
Yeah. After working 14-hour days, 7 days a week, having 1 week of vacation, you're like, woo, I can relax now.
Yeah.
So apparently the median annual wage of a physician is at least $208,000 a year.
And I do want to preface that this is a lot of money, right? This is a lot of money. So I'm not trying to discount that. Like $200,000 is a lot of money, especially when the median of the US is like 40,000 or whatever. That's a lot of money. But also not everybody has that kind of debt, because you gotta remember is that's still like $1,500. That's an extra rent. You got to realize $1,500 to $2,000 per month that you have to pay with that kind of loan burden. So when you put it in that perspective, you're like, okay, that's a lot of payment, you know?
Yeah, it's a decent amount. But I remember, and like growing up, me and my friends in high school, middle school, we were like, look, all I want to do is make $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Like that's literally, if I can just get to six figures, I will be without any problem on planet Earth. Like, no problems exist. And we got there, fam. We got there.
It also quickly changes. It's like 100K does not go as far as it used to like 5 years ago, even.
No, no. This was the late 90s, right? Like we would be like, I want 100K and then I'm going to buy a Dodge Viper. That's what we used to always talk about.
What do you think?
Dodge Viper.
That's a good point though, because 100K isn't what it used to be. So what do you think the new what do you think the new gold standard is? 200K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like once you get 200K, you don't have to worry about anything.
There's a YouTuber named Spencer Cornelia. His like every YouTuber who deals with any sort of money or is like, money adjacent, finance adjacent. They always have their own list of like 4 things to do to like be successful and be a millionaire by 40 or 30 or whatever. And Spencer Cornelia's was his, some people are like, invest as soon as possible or whatever. Spencer's is do everything you can to start to invest in yourself so that your income is at $250,000 a year. Like if you can just get to 250 a year of an income, that's step 1. And then worry about everything else, step 2. Like work on yourself until you get there. And I think that's actually probably some of the best advice.
Probably.
Can I also just point out that YouTubers, like YouTube finance people, can we just recognize that all these people like Meet Kevin, Jeremy Lefebvre, Andre Zick, these guys are all, it's just whoever decided to invest in Tesla 10 years ago and had all of their stocks just explode because they're on the Tesla bandwagon. All it did, it just selected for those people. And now 10 years later, these are the ones with like, oh, I can show you a screenshot of my Robinhood account. It's $800,000 fluctuating 10 grand every minute.
Yeah.
Because I've got, I don't know, 200 Tesla shares when they were $3.
But Jim, that's a lot of it. What it is though, a lot of people who build wealth. I mean, they're hard workers. They do what they're supposed to. But also, everybody in that situation, almost unanimously, they get lucky at some point. Like there's a little luck involved. I mean, like Graham Stephan, he always talks about he got really lucky because he started selling real estate after the 2008 crash. Like that's when he started.
Right. But it's not that it's luck, even it's selection for this. Like the market will dictate who becomes the influencer and the successful person. It's
right.
In hindsight, whoever did this.
The person that was willing to take a chance on something like Tesla.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
I guess, but like how many people were taking a chance on, I don't know, name your other company from 10 years,
like Netflix?
Snapchat,
Amazon,
or Twitter. Yeah. Twitter's literally like not changed at all in 10 years as far as like the stock price goes.
Isn't it a lot too? It's like a mentality to be like, what is the next thing that's coming around the track? Be like, what is a new wave of technology? What is that? Like, that's kind of part of the process.
Yeah. But it's just that like, I listen to all those guys. I like what they say and they have really good insight into like how markets move and stocks and all that. but like they all say the same thing, and they all talked about this like nest egg of Tesla stocks that they got, along with some, a lot of them like they hustled. Like Meet Kevin like did a bunch of real estate, and he did a couple of like house hacking, and Graham Stephan did house hacking too, and so they did that too, which was smart. But I just feel like I don't know if like I think the cat's out of the bag with like everything you can do. I think there's got to be something different that's going to come up in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
That's going to replace all of this real estate, stock investing, all this content on YouTube that everybody knows about.
Crypto.
It's not going to be that.
Well, that's what I was going to say is it's similar to that, to all these Bitcoin billionaires and stuff,
I hate crypto with a passion.
I know you do, but
I hate crypto more than I hate Olive Garden.
Ooh, strong statement.
Pre-shredded cheese.
You hate pre-shredded. How can you hate pre-shredded cheese the same way you hate Olive Garden and Bitcoin?
Because they put casein on it and it tastes like absolute shit.
Really?
You can't make cacio and pepe with it, Michael. Come on.
You can't make that with it.
No.
I
love cacio pepe.
Whole wheat tortillas.
Really?
I
bet that's exclusively what Michael buys is whole wheat tortillas. That's such a Michael thing too.
And overcooked chicken.
No, I think we buy
you buy whole wheat.
Almond flour or something. We don't buy whole wheat. I don't buy flour. I can tell you that much.
I hate crypto more than being stuck behind a lady committed to driving 25 miles per hour the entire road home.
Wait, what is it you don't like about Jim? You just don't like that it's not proven, or like how it's so volatile?
Crypto?
Yeah. All the above?
I actually don't mind the volatility. I know I text you guys all the time about how like I'm pissed off that my money's disappearing.
Jim loves a good dip.
I'm not like whatever. The dip is the dip. It's just the whole the idea behind all of it all, and the way. First of all, look around now. How many dudes with like laser eye avatars are on Twitter right now saying, "Hold, man, just hold everything. This is the future." Nobody's saying that now. Okay, the reason is the effing fad has gone away, and NFTs and Dogecoin and all that BS is completely run its course. And this is not going to take over the effing government and replace currency. I'm so sick of it. And inflation hedge. It's going to be the new currency. You can use it to transact. It's 1 million times more energy efficient, or it's not energy efficient. Elon Musk is going to accept it to buy Teslas. You can use Dogecoin to buy hats at Las Vegas Knights games. Stop. Literally, it's just software. It's effing video games. That's all it is. It's just video games that create money. And it's these like 20-year-olds with like all the risk, acceptance in the world, able to be like, oh, I traded and then only the ones that blow up become like, tons of followers on social media, and you never hear about all the freaking wasteland of people like Joe Schmo who stuck $5,000 in there, and that's a year's worth of savings.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people have done that.
What are we talking about? We're talking about Shiba Inu based software digital currency.
Shiba Inu. It's going to override the US dollar.
The idea that the government
I saw Shiba Inu yesterday.
With money.
Yeah.
Really?
No, my favorite part about it is when all these people say that this dip here, this is just where the big money's coming in.
Stop it.
The big money, the institutional buying is happening now.
Yeah, right.
That's my favorite.
They say the institutional money. First of all, everybody that gives you advice about crypto, like not multimillionaire dudes that you see on YouTube with AirPods in while they're watching their infinity pool. And I think we're going to 100K by December. Everybody that tells you advice about it is effing broke. Everybody who's like all in with this like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they're just like holding all of it. They're
like a lottery ticket.
Yeah. It's literally a lottery ticket. Yeah. It's a lottery ticket.
Like, come on.
You guys remember the Dogecoin millionaire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He had a bunch of Dogecoin, and when Dogecoin peaked at like 70 cents, he had like $2 million in his Robinhood account.
Didn't he risk like 180,000 or something?
Yeah. Well, I think he was all in for like, I want to say it wasn't even that much. It was like less than 100K.
So stupid.
I know.
And he spikes up to, I want to say like 1.5 to 2 million. It's this.
Yeah, I think it was like 1.82 million or something like that. What is it now though? That's what I'm curious. Because he hasn't sold.
This was I guess so maybe it was like 1 million. Yeah, he was up like 700%. He was up that much.
And
Decent.
Dogecoin. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and Dogecoin, literally pretend money. And that's when Dogecoin was at 70 cents, and now Dogecoin is at 7-8 cents. So it's receded
really?
all the way. It's receded all the way back, if not lost.
Did he sell any of it?
All he would ever say is that he's holding all of it forever because the community, the Dogecoin community, is so strong.
The community, he says.
This is, people talk about corporate greed. This is individual greed. This is be so stupid thinking that it would go. He would say stuff on interviews like, if it gets to 10 million, I'll probably cash out because that would change my life. I'm like, dude, you live in a closet. Like $1 million would change your life forever.
Yeah. $1 million changed everybody's life.
You remember the boom back like, what was it, 2020 or
2017?
But no, the most recent one. Jim Cramer was on there, and he sold he made like $200,000 or something like that on or he made something. It was like 500K on.
He sold all of his.
Yeah, he sold all of it on crypto. And he was like, yeah, it was up. So I sold it all. And he goes, I actually paid off my house, or he like bought another house or something. He's like, I want something tangible. And all the like crypto people are like, look at this idiot selling his money. And he's like,
yeah,
I got a tangible asset from this fake thing I don't have anymore.
He's wrong about a lot, but
but he was up, but he's not wrong about taking profits when you're up over 100%. I mean, you just do that.
He's like, I'll take profits, buy a house. Now I have a home that's
imagine like a hedge. Imagine like a hedge funder being up 100% profits and be like, nah.
That's the thing. If hedge fund managers behave this way, everybody would be like, oh, corporate greed. They're just like screwing. Yeah. But you see that people do it to themselves through their own individual. I think it could go. It's do another 10x, and then you just get this weird I'm missing out on a boom, and they start to rationalize it like, well, if I lose it all, then I'm just back to where I started, which is my current life.
I know. Well, it's just gambling. That's the gambling mentality.
Yeah, it's gambling. It's like Harald
exactly what it is.
With the
whatchamacallit? It's like betting the money line on Braves.
Yeah, we know how that goes. Am I right?
Dude, you didn't give me any picks today.
I know.
Do you guys want to?
I'll hook you up with all kitty locks.
Do you want to get into that?
What?
Do you want to get into y'all's new hobby that I haven't been able to partake because of where I live?
Yeah. Well, it's been my hobby for about 2 years now.
I wouldn't say it's a hobby per se. It's just something that makes it just makes the games interesting.
It's a way to love sports again. Let's be honest with everyone here.
Yeah. That's what, because I honestly would never and haven't ever watched baseball in like decades, and I still don't really, but it at least makes me like pay attention to it,
Yeah.
But when I was watching the Liverpool game and I was betting on the Liverpool game, it just makes it so much more, especially when you really care about the team.
Yeah.
But
dude, there's nothing better than putting all these NBA playoff games. You think I care that much about
no, yeah,
Boston,
I love it.
Milwaukee, no, but
no,
I got money on Boston. I really love Boston.
If I got $10 on the money line, I'm caring about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't spend like crazy amounts of money and stuff like that. Yeah. It's all based on your units, but I've been doing it for
units.
Jim,
this guy's saying units now.
About a unit on there. Jim, did you ever do online sports gambling when you were here in Chicago?
No, because
they didn't have it really.
Because I moved in 2020.
It wasn't
and I wasn't really into the daily fantasy stuff when I lived there. Then I moved out, and now I live in Rhode Island, and you can't do it here.
But the apps weren't as developed when you were in Chicago.
Maybe.
It's so easy now. It's a little ridiculous, actually.
I can tell based on how many times you guys text about it every day.
Well, the casino thing is I can see how people will sit there and lose their entire paycheck every day.
Oh, dude. Yeah. People play Plinko online, and
I mean, like I played that Rocket game the other day, and I see people betting. I bet $5, and I see people betting like $2,000, and the Rocket will just blow up instantly. What are they doing? I'm like, oh my, people are just like, duh. It's like the slot. When you go to Vegas, you see people just ripping slots, and they're just in a trance.
I know the hot ones.
Yeah, the hot slots.
going through that. No, it's so much fun. It makes it so good. Michael finally went out to I mean, this is like I was telling him all my friendships in Chicago are based on this. Like you go to a bar, bet on some games, have a couple beers. It's like the most fun time you'll ever have in your life. It doesn't matter what game it is.
I mean, you lose 15, $20. Who cares? You win $20. I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
It's more of like it just makes it exciting, you know?
Yeah. Will and I used to do that with the NFL games. It was so much fun. We'd go there, make some like absurd. He's the king of those absurd parlays. It'd be like $5 to it's like plus 150. It's so over the top.
Oh, I love it, man.
There's zero chance you could ever make that.
Are you guys have you seen these big Plinko wins online? Like
I was watching Steve will do it. Steve will do it. I was watching his yesterday. He won like 50,000.
That was a good one. This guy, I just Googled big Plinko wins because I've seen this. So basically it's Plinko, just like Price is Right, only digitized. So it's like you can put however many balls out you want. And then the meat of this base is all like fifth, 0.2 your money. So he cuts it by a fifth.
1,000 your money at the end?
And then it's 1,000x on the edges.
Wow.
So this guy sits here for like, he starts with a 10K bankroll, I think, or 5K, something like that. And
oh my God, look at all this.
He's betting. He's a 130 right there. Look, he's betting Litecoin because you have to use like crypto to do this.
Yeah, but how much? How much?
So
does
he goes
bet?
up.
Like $10.
No, it's
100.
I think I want to say it's like $50. It's hard to tell.
Love those ones on the end there, just bounce out there.
Just bounce out there.
Yoink.
And then he keeps feeding this machine.
I can't, dude. This is
look at his. You can see his account right here, like kind of gradually dwindling down.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a slow
$10 a
burn.
ball, basically?
No, like he's winning $10.
Oh,
he wins 100, wins 100, but it's going down net. It's showing you in green what comes back to him.
So he's doing like $100 a bet.
Oh, because the ones in the middle are
so hold on.
so you're losing money.
So wait.
Okay.
Yeah. So wait. He's just running this thing. Like he's got auto bet on.
He's doing $50. $50
he's feeding. Yeah, $50 a bet. There you go.
$50.
And then, whoa! One up to the edge right there. See that?
Look at him.
Watch this. Watch over to your left. One just goes flying off to the left.
It jumps like that.
Yeah. See it? Oh!
Look at his face. Look at that.
50K, baby.
Oh my God.
Boom. Turn
That's
off
like
that auto bet.
Yeah, stop that one.
That.
I bet you just want to cash that out and be like, ooh.
Oh my God.
Jim, do you have another topic to discuss?
Final
topic for today?
I do have another topic to discuss.
Or you have one or two topics?
Should we talk about Ric Flair or my TikTok video that's exploding currently?
Probably your TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do enough wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't care about wrestling anymore. I want to see your mean comments at the end if you have any of those queued up.
Hold on a second.
Never cease to make me laugh.
All right. So I currently have a TikTok that is exploding as we speak. I posted this on Sunday morning, and it's currently sitting at 7 million views. Jeez. As you see right here.
And it's making you tens of dollars.
I don't know. It might be more than that, but we'll see.
No, it'll probably make you like $100.
Yeah, I think like $100. But
well,
right here, this is a little kitten with, I think, cerebellar hypoplasia. I'm not sure. It's so common in cats, but I don't know if it's that. I think it is, but if it is, it's a really severe case. And for those that don't know, cerebellar hypoplasia in cats is due to an in utero infection with a panleukopenia virus. The virus likes to attack rapidly dividing cells, and as a little embryo, their cerebellum is trying to develop and rapidly divide to do so. The virus kills it, and then they usually clear the virus in utero, so they come out like done with the virus, but their cerebellum is malformed, and so they can't walk.
Jeez.
I mean, this little kitty can't do anything.
No.
Yeah, he can't do anything. He's been like this from day one. He hasn't gotten worse, hasn't gotten better, just always been.
How old is he?
He's like 6 weeks now, something like that.
Is he aware of this? I mean, I wonder, like,
yeah, he's aware, he's responsive, he can eat with help. He's not having a seizure, he's just trying to move and he can't.
Good Lord.
So what we're hoping,
is he like frustrated? Like what's
yeah. So what we're hoping is that his caretaker is a vet, is a colleague of mine, and she's just trying to help him along and seeing if it gets any better as he ages, and just trying to just see what his quality of life becomes.
See if it just slowly improves a little bit, and then
yeah, see if he stabilizes, maybe can eat, that sort of thing. Sometimes when they get older, they kind of get a little bit better as they. He's got to think he's trying to learn right now with no cerebellum, like how to walk and stuff. So that's obviously pretty tough. Here is a milder case. This is a really popular video.
eBay.
Yeah, this is it's a cat with a more mild form, but you see how that's a cerebellar ataxia.
Yeah.
See how he's raising his front leg up, because he can't quite like regulate and smooth out his movements. You can probably see some sort of similarities to people.
He looks drunk. That's what happens when you drink. It affects your cerebellum. That's why you have that like
exactly that wobble.
It literally looks like a drunk guy coming home from the bar.
But you see how the cat is like completely like mentally with it. Like he's just looking around like, hey, trying to get here, sort of a thing.
Yeah, I wonder if they know any better. Like, I wonder if they're like I know I'm struggling, just deal with it, or are they just like don't know?
I don't know.
Just used to it, you know.
And then I wanted to show some of the so the comments in here are a cesspool, obviously.
As always.
So anything over 1 million views is cesspool territory.
This is basically 50-50 between oh my god, that's so sad, I'm heartbroken, and you should put this cat down right now, you're a bad person. And those two groups are fighting each other in these comments. So I am playing a deity and just watching this unfold below me right now.
That guy's on Brazil ping.
So these guys,
what's that?
I know, these guys. These guys are.
It looks like he's on Brazil ping.
What's that? I don't know what that means.
Or Brazil servers.
Brazil servers. Like there's a bunch of jokes about the cat being like a low ping or whatever it's called.
Oh, I see.
Brutal.
Anyway, so this is on my Instagram, and I wanted to post some mean comments. This lady said, "I don't care what any vet or expert says."
In quotations, expert.
Yeah, there's no way you'll get me to believe that the cat isn't suffering and hurting. Y'all got everything but common sense. And
I like how you're literally the expert of all experts for something like this, and they're like, "You don't even know." Oh, you know, person, Karen.
You're an expert.
Yeah, you're a nothing. So there. You don't know anything.
Yeah. So the cat must be put down. The pain must stop. And I said, "So who, you?"
Says who,
exactly. Like what?
Selfish. I said, "Thank you." and then it turned into like telling me that I'm very tired looking. Get sleep. You look like you lost a lot of sleep. Bro, you need to sleep. Your eyes seem like they're about to fall out their eye sockets. You look tired. If you ever need to vent, we as a community are here. You need some sleep. And then I said, any tips on how to reduce eye bags?
I told you. See, Andriana.
I love how they just completely bypass the actual. They're like, oh, cerebellar hypoplasia, the cat. Like, not even the sad. They're like, look at this doofus with the raccoon eyes.
Right.
Personal assault. Like, fire away.
Dude. Like, dude, you look terrible.
Yeah. Are you exhausted? As a matter of fact, yes, I am. But that's besides
first of all, do you even realize how bad all those people probably look too?
Oh yeah. Well, they have to look worse than you if they're telling you things like that. That's like rule of thumb. Out. Yeah.
I think some of them are actually trying to help, which is hilarious. They're like, we as a community are here if you need us.
God, that's so funny.
You know, the people used to tell me, like, when I would walk to work, and they'd be like, I think I said this on one of the podcasts. They'd be like, you look tired. I'm like, I would never say that to somebody.
No,
I know.
Like, ever.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But for some reason, people will say that to you or me, or like, I'm like, so I look terrible. Like, I would never be like, you look terrible today.
Yeah. Could you imagine saying that to anyone? How fast you get reprimanded for it?
I'm never commenting on anybody's appearance, period.
Zero. Yeah.
Zero chance.
Nor should you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it up to? But for some reason, people always feel the need to comment on my appearance. I've had that my whole life. I feel like people are like,
that's like I always feel like girls get this too. They'll be like, "Oh, you look so good," and they're like, "Yeah, I put on makeup." Caitlin always does this. She'll be like, "Oh, you look so good." She'll be like, "Yeah, I put makeup on this morning, you asshole." Like, what's the matter? It's like stuff like that.
Sorry. Do you have
which one of us is going to get a hair transplant first? You think?
Not me.
I mean, I have the worst hairline, but I probably won't get one.
But do you? Okay, so better question. Do you think you'll be bald first, Tommy?
Yeah, I think so. Because I have granddads. I look the most like granddad.
We all have quite large foreheads.
Yeah, we got receding hairlines for sure. Just like
but we still have hair.
Yeah, I'm losing.
Like my barber, the barber next to me, he owns the barbershop I go to. He's bald. He said he lost his hair when he was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you see that sometimes. My forehead looks like a balloon. And Michael's looks like a license plate. Sort of a
license plate.
And Tommy's looks like he has hydrocephalus.
I think that I think they say that I think the correct term is rectangle.
Oh, okay.
A license plate?
Hydrocephalus.
I mean, the fact that I even have hair, or any of us have hair at this age, is we're already ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's going back slowly, but I was shocked. Like, it's been similar to this for the past 15 years. So
mine's been like this for a while too. I'm trying to see what percentage of people are bald by 35 of men. Men are.
I feel like it's. I will say, I hate when people have like amazing hairlines though. My friends that are like 35, I'm like, man.
What do you think? What do you think the percentage of people are bald by 35 is?
30%.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
66% will experience some degree of hair loss.
Oh, that could be like what I have right now.
That's weak.
That's a terrible statistic.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. I was at 25% are bald by 30.
Ooh, I nailed that one. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
By age 50, 50% of men are bald.
Yeah. Yeah. Luckily, I found Caitlin. She doesn't care about bald heads. I think it also helps. She was like, she's not something never bothered her, mostly because she was like, my dad. I love my dad, and he's bald. It's like he started losing his hair forever ago. She's like, I don't really care. I was like,
so you look like her. You look like her dad.
Yeah, I look like her dad. Perfect.
Is that Andriana?
Yeah.
No, it's the other Queen's accent person in his apartment.
Yeah, that's the other Brooklyn accent.
Hey, did you keep it down over there?
Get back to work.
She only how New York is this that she knows I'm on the podcast and she comes in and she starts talking on the phone.
No, of course.
I know.
How New York is that?
Yeah.
Just complete disregard for your like audio space.
Yeah.
Oh, you're doing something? Well, I had to
also
make this call.
Well, we always.
What could she possibly be talking about?
Oh, nothing. We always yell over each other. That's what we do. It makes for great audio.
Who is she talking to? One of her 8 cousins?
Her dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she speaking in Croatian?
Yeah.
Duh.
So, all right, Jim, anything else you want to take us out here or what?
Yeah, I'll take us out. Hey guys, like and subscribe, comment, follow DVM Cellini, that's me, DR Cellini, that's Michael, at I Am Nothing, that's Tommy. Don't worry about Tommy at all. Please
hydrocephalus.
Yeah, hydrocephalus Tommy. If you could subscribe to this channel, that would be great.
Wish I had a DraftKings promo code.
Yeah, we need a promo code to get people to subscribe. God almighty.
Michael, my dream for this podcast is so we can have a parlay bet. The Cellini Rounds podcast parlay bet.
Yeah, hilarious. Hilarious.
Let's work towards that goal. Guys, we'll see you next week. Take it easy. Peace out.
Have a good
one.
Bye.